Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. I'm Jim from the Side Hustle Shuffle. Today we got a treat for you. We've got Chris from The Average Guy. He's got a great strategy for the Amazon Influencer Program. He's been working really hard, and from what I understand, just recently he adjusted his strategy back. I think it was in June, from what I've been watching, and he's been taking off. So we're really excited to get to him and find out what he's doing, how he's doing it, and why he's doing it. So we're going to bring him right to the stage. We don't waste any time here. So here's Chris from The Average Guy.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for being here.
I'm glad to be here.
So my first question is always, what do you do when you get up in the morning? How does your day start as an influencer?
So my day typically starts with prayer. But right after prayer, I always check my stats for the previous day to see how I did through the Amazon Influencer Program.
That's awesome. So then, so how many hours a week or day would you say you put into the program?
So it varies. The cool thing about the Amazon Influencer Program is that in a way you are your own boss. So you make your own schedule. You don't have to answer to anybody. As far as how much time you want to put into it, it's totally up to you. So there's some days that I probably spend as few as 2 hours on it. And some days I'm not even that, but that's kind of on the minimum is kind of 2 hours. But on maximum, I probably sometimes spend more like 10 or 12 hours a day on it.
It's funny how much you put into it.
Checking out my stats and updating my spreadsheets and these kinds of things. So videos and analyzing everything, I can spend all day.
Yeah. So how much do you do brand deals, or do you just basically your strategy is purchasing products, right? Basically.
Right. Yeah. So it's changed over time, because when I first started the program, I did what everybody is supposed to do. So when you first start in the Amazon Influencer Program, they say, and really it's the best way to get used to it, is to just review everything in your house, pick up every little thing, whether it be pens or shoes or shirts or sink faucets or whatever it is. See if it's on Amazon and review it, put it on Amazon, and see what comes of that. Once you've done all that, though, once you've done everything around your house that you can possibly think of, there's a few different routes you can take. And that's the first route people think of is, can I get free products? So absolutely reach out to various brands, especially through the creator connections thing, and see if you can get some free products that way. Nothing wrong with that. And some people, that's their strategy going forward. That's what they always do. And that's a great strategy if you have the time to continually reach out to brands and try to get free products. For myself, I found that I was constantly spinning my wheels trying to contact people and get the free products, that I was getting some stuff, but it really wasn't leading to the long-term income that I really wanted. So after talking with Rob over at the Link extension, which is great extension. If you don't have it, you need to get it. Right? After talking with him specifically in June, he challenged me to think about what my pipeline was going forward to really get a good influx of products. And I was already making, between my YouTube channel and Amazon, I was making about $2,000 a month at that point. So I just decided I'm just going to put all that $2,000 a month straight back into products and find the specific products that I know have a high probability of doing well. Products that are having sales, proven sales on Amazon, and then low video saturation in the upper carousel. Those are the first two primary things. And then using Oink's extension, products that have a high profit per month potential. So I define that as about $10 per month per product. So if you do 3 of those per day, 3 products that have a potential of making $10, that's $30 a day that you're adding to your monthly income. So if you do that every day for a month, 30 times 30 days per month, $30 per day, then you're adding potentially about $900 to your income every month. So that was my strategy going forward. And I figured if I do that for 9 months, 9 times 900, that's about $8,100 that I'm adding to my income over the period of that 9 months. So I'm still in the middle of that. Since I just started this in June, we're only about 4 or 5 months into this plan, and it's definitely working out the way that I did the math on it. In fact, it's doing a little bit better than that even. So it's working out.
So you're doing all this research and you're making these reinvestments of your profits. And how many of the products, and you're using Oink, right? If you have a affiliate link, feel free to drop it in the chat. But they have the what's it called? The break-even profit generator or whatever it's called. Now, how accurate is that, and what's the percentage of products fail for you?
I would say that the calculator works well to give you an idea of the kinds of products that would do well. So on any given product, it's honestly hit or miss whether it's going to work out the way that the calculator actually says, because products do come and go. Like it's based on the numbers at the time when you look at the Amazon product at that time. So if it's doing really, really well when you look at it, and then next month the product just doesn't sell as well, then obviously the calculator kind of failed you at that point. But I've found that if you do it over and over and over on the small scale, it's not going to work. You can't just do a few products and say, well, it didn't work. That's a horrible strategy. You really got to do it at a larger scale. So any given product might do horrible, but if you do this over the course of a month of 90 products, or even I'm trying to shoot for more like 4 to 6 products per day, more like 120 products, then it's not going to fail every time. In fact, some of those products are going to do a lot better than the calculator said, because the sales are going to go up for those products. So you really have to do it at scale for me. And once again, this is not financial advice. I don't recommend anybody to sink money back into it unless they have the money to lose too. We weren't depending on that $2,000 per month, so I was able to reinvest it into the business. But for me, doing it at scale really made the difference, because some of those products aren't going to pan out, but some of them will do better than you thought they would.
So, but you started this in June, if I'm correct, right? You made the switch, and you've already seen in 3 months the jump in your earnings, and you're constantly doing between 3 and 4 products a day that you're buying. Like, what's your daily budget? You're shopping on. You're finding 4 products a day to buy with the Oink extension.
Yeah,
your criteria.
Right. Yes. So, and I use Viral Vue as well, because that just kind of helps me narrow things down a lot faster. I mean, I was doing it without Viral Vue for a while there, and I would just open like 20 tabs up from every page on Amazon where you do a search. So you can do it without any kind of other extensions except for Oink. I think Oink is pretty much essential. Makes your money back right away through the Creator Connections program as well. So it's really more of a no-brainer to get Oink, in my opinion. But yeah, so I would say getting Oink is definitely the most important thing. And then once you have Oink, then yeah, just looking through every single product that you potentially could buy and say, is this going to move the needle, as Rob would say? Is this going to not just be a good investment right now, but is this going to make my money back in a reasonable amount of time? So
how do you look at your analytics to see what your winners are and your losers are, and what direction? And do you stay in a category, like you do try to stay in the 4% category, or do you use Creator Connections to get the better command? Like, how do you work that out?
So that's a good question, because I would say that the most important thing to me is money, the per month thing at the bottom of the Oink calculator. Everything else, and for that, even I would say, personally, I take off the Creator Connections when I'm looking at that number, because I don't want a temporary money. Like Creator Connections, it could expire next month, right? It could expire whenever it expires. That will expire. That campaign will expire, and sometimes they renew it. And I'm not counting on the renewal, I guess is what I'm saying. So if with the Creator Connections, it's 10%, but without the Creator Connections, it's only like $10. But without the Creator Connections, it's only like $1 or $2. I would say that's not a great product for me to review, because I'm not looking at that Creator Connection. I treat it more like a bonus than something that I'm really going to count on for moving the needle for me. I know some people go all in with the Creator Connection strategy. That's fine. If it's working for them, I say go for it, But for me, I want something that's not dependent on that, because I don't know when it's going away. Yeah, I would say without the Creator Connections is most important for me.
So how do you search for products? I use Viral Vue a lot. I just downloaded Oink the other day, actually, when I saw your interview with him. I have the free version right now, but I'm debating back and forth. But when you're searching for products, using keywords, keyword phrases, or do you stay in a category? Like it's very hard, because now everybody's looking for the same stuff, right?
So right now, using Viral Vue, I am going through the Deal Hub stuff for Prime Days coming up, or for Black Friday coming up, and I'm just filtering all those ASINs through Viral Vue's backend. They have the ASIN lookup thing, and then through that I filter based on my criteria of very few influencers and a certain amount of sales per month and those kinds of things. But as far as finding products, even without that, it just starts with a search for me. I'll say a lot of times I bounce ideas off my wife and I say, what's something I can search for? And she'll say, just today, she mentioned to me AI translator earbuds. So I was looking up if any of those fit my criteria. And I just kind of look through those, and sometimes I'll buy one, sometimes I'll buy half a dozen of them, just depending on what's available to be reviewed. So it usually starts with a search for me, and I just filter it through my criteria of, once again, sales per month, the low influencer saturation, and then that profit per month promise that the Oink calculator would give.
But you might find yourself buying like 5 tire inflators, like the same product, right? But from different manufacturers, different sellers. So the question everybody wants to know, and everybody has the same problem, is what do you do with all of that stuff? Right.
Right. That's always,
now what?
Yeah, that's always, and this comes up time and time again with people who are in the influencer program, is what do you do with all this extra stuff? So I have a couch that's just full of stuff right now. This stuff I need to get rid of. I had a big yard sale a couple of weeks ago. Ultimately, sometimes I just have to end up finding friends who want to take it. I just give stuff away, or I try to list stuff on Marketplace first, on Facebook Marketplace, and sometimes that can get rid of some stuff. But yeah, that's definitely a problem, is all the stuff that kind of accumulates from it. And I think eventually I'm just going to have to say, I don't want it. I don't need it. I'm tired of dealing with it. I'm just going to start donating everything. I think that's probably what it's coming to soon.
Like the Viral Vue guys have the free garage sale and they get content out of it, right? Which I think is a great idea. But when I do garage sales, people look at me funny because everything's new in the box. And they're like, what's wrong with you? So where do you get this stuff? You're some kind of crook,
Yes.
So I mentioned earlier in the stream about brand deals. Do you get paid for any of these videos that you do, or is it all free products?
So yeah, I've gotten some brand deals, and I have a few email sellers who contact me from time to time with a brand deal, or they'll offer me sometimes $20 or $50 for a product to do video for it. Personally, I've found that those don't do as well. I mean, certainly it's nice to get the initial commission from that, the fee that they'll give you for the video. But a lot of times the products themselves that they're offering just aren't nearly as good as things that I can find on my own on Amazon. So while it's nice to get that initial fee, I would say that for me, once again, I'm really trying to add to my total income for the month. And that's my priority. So if it's not going to make me $10 a month for the product, and most of the free products that you get from sellers, they're not. Like, a lot of times they have no proven sales history whatsoever. And it's like, well, if this product doesn't even sell, I'm really only doing it for that initial fee, because it's not going to give me any commissions in the future. So is it really worth it? Like for me, if something's promising $10 a month, I mean, obviously it could come and go. I don't know. Ultimately, Data Claire, her research says that 80% of your products aren't going to get you anything in a year. So it's possible that these $10 a month things, 80% of them won't, but it's potential that some of them will do better in a year. So $10 per month per product, even if it just goes 5 months, that's better than a $50 commission. If it goes beyond that, then it's way better than that initial $50 commission. So it's more beneficial to me to select the exact products that I want and go with that strategy than just relying on commissions.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, the brand commissions.
I just had another one. So besides Oink, who do you follow to get your information, to stay up with the news in the Amazon Influencer Program?
There's a few YouTube channels that I like a lot. I wouldn't say that there's any one that has made the hugest difference besides Rob over there at Oink. His YouTube channel has been great. Data Claire is good. There's another one, Nicole Vincent, I think her name is. She's also in the same Oink group as that Rob has there. She has a lot of her videos both talk about the Amazon Influencer Program and also the Oink extension. Pretty much those. I mean, honestly, it's not rocket science for this whole Amazon influencer thing. It's just repeating the same stuff over and over and over again, making simple reviews of products and then uploading them, and then just being consistent to that. You don't really need new information. You just keep on doing what you know.
So I didn't ask you at the beginning, but how long have you been an Amazon influencer? And I'm assuming that you got into it through your YouTube channels. You were a YouTuber before. You have a bunch of successful YouTube channels.
Yeah. So my first YouTube channel that actually got any kind of traction is actually about how I take care of my medically complex daughter. So it kind of blew up amongst various groups of people, but a lot of people who are going through similar things. And so that was really connect with a lot of people there. And then, so within about 10 months of having that channel, like got 1,000 subscribers, it got monetized. And then through that, it opened up the door for the Amazon Influencer Program. At the time, the Amazon Influencer Program was more exclusive. So you had to have at least about 1,000 or 2 subscribers. So this was back in 2021.
Yeah.
And then I think I got into the program and started posting videos early 2022. And then, so I've been in the program for about 3.5 years now, but for that first 3 years of the program, I really didn't know what I was doing too much. I mean, I did have some good months, despite not knowing what I was doing. Back then, it was a lot easier to make a little bit of money. So I had right away within the first 3 or 4 months was making about $1,000, $2,000 a month through the Amazon Influencer Program, and that kind of dwindled down over time. Eventually, it dwindled down to about $400 or $500 a month. But then I started focusing on again. I said I'm going to make a video every single day. So I was doing a video every day, and then when I talked to Rob in June, Rob was like, no, one video a day isn't going to cut it. If you really want to move the needle, you have to think more in terms of 10 a day, making that a goal and shooting for that. He's like, if you've been in the program. This is what Rob told me. He's like, if you've been in the program for 3 years and only have 1,000 videos, you should have 4,000 videos by now. I'm like, whoa, that's true. Cause now that I've seen it working, now that I've been doing 4 videos a day, it really gives you the traction to see more profit faster than you ever did before with just 1 a day.
That's cool. So, as far as the YouTube channel goes, you post every day with your earnings, which I think is pretty brave. Like what made you do it? And how do you keep up with it every day? And how hard is that? And is it humbling? And I know you're bunching everything together, but what is your Amazon commissions?
Sure. So I actually didn't start posting every day until August of 2024. I decided at that point I was going to challenge myself to make $100,000 in a year. And at that point I was making about, I want to say $30 a day through YouTube and about $40 a day through Amazon Influencer. So I was making about $70 a day at that point when I started this challenge to make $100,000 in a year. And like I said, for the first 10 months of that, I was really just kind of hanging out at about $70, $80 a day. I think I maybe had brought it up to maybe $100 a day or so. And I knew I wasn't going to hit my goal of $100,000 in a year because you got to make $274 per day to make $100,000 in a year. So I wasn't even close to half of that just yet. But when I talked to Rob, once again, I got to give a lot of credit to him over at Oink. He said he challenged me to up it up, and I did. So and since then, yes, I've seen the daily average go up tremendously since then. But I would say you're pertaining to, is it hard to post every day? I would say it's not hard to post every day because it only takes a few seconds to post. But it's more accountability for me to say I'm going to not just post a video, but post a video to show some progress, right? And to give some tips. That's kind of the harder part of it, is to encourage other people and through, I also, by doing it, encourage myself to keep on pushing on and to reach that goal as well.
That's cool. Maybe to help some people that are doing the program right now and haven't gone this path that you've changed in June, what were you doing before you switched over in June? And what made you think it wasn't working? And what made you reevaluate it and say, no, this is the way to go?
Yeah. So prior to June, when I really changed the strategy to focus in on the products that are going to do well and start putting money into it, I really wanted to hit this goal of $100,000 in a year. And it just, I was gradually making progress, but prior to then I was relying more on the free products, and I was relying more on the stuff I already had, or relying more on stuff we had to buy anyway for our house. And once again, there's nothing wrong with that. If you kind of just want to have a little bit of supplemental income, you could probably continue to do the Amazon Influencer Program and just do those kinds of things. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to make it a full-time income, you got to treat it like a full-time business, which is sometimes businesses take investment. It takes more time than just the casual. So that's what clicked in me is, do I really want to see it not just gradually increase, but do I want to, within the next few months, hit that goal? And I'm not quite there yet. I'm still just under that goal. Like I said, $274 per day is the goal to make $100,000 in a year. And I'm sitting at, for my last 30-day average, about 250. So getting there.
Yeah.
But it's that intentionality to say, I'm not just going to hope it happens, but I'm going to make a plan to see it happen. And that's what this strategy has really been all about.
So I'm getting from you basically, or maybe not, let me know, that buying one or two products and trying this strategy, you're not going to see any results. That it's a scaling type of thing, right? If you're not doing massive amounts, like you throw out $2,000 a month. So is there a percentage of your earnings you throw back in? What do you think?
No, I'm just sticking to that 2,000. So every month I spend about, well, per day, I break it down to about, so 2,000 broken down from 30 days is about a little less than $70 per day or so. So that's kind of my goal. Every morning and when I get on Amazon, I'm going to say, I'm going to limit myself to $70. And with that $70, my goal is to find enough products that's going to fulfill that $30 per day. So sometimes I find a few good ones that's like, here's one that's like $15, $20 per day, according to the one calculator. Sometimes I find some $5 or $10 ones, which the $10 is definitely good too. But if I find one that's 15 and find one that's 5, added up, that's 20, and they're 2/3 of the way there. So it's a day by day thing to find the right products. But if you, as long as you're dedicated to it and you have the right tools, it's totally possible.
So you're scaling, your Amazon commissions are going steadily up all the time because of what you're doing.
Yeah, it is. And it's amazing. Within 3 months, I had already earned back all of my investment into it. So, obviously I was making $2,000 a month before starting all this. And then the first couple months, because I'm putting that 2,000 back into it, I'm not getting that 2,000 that I would have been getting, if that makes sense, because it's going straight into it. Those are expenses at this point. But within 3 months, I recouped all of my costs and then some. So I'm definitely in the black, and I'm earning more now than I would have been had I not started this new strategy.
Okay. Now, part of your daily earnings that you post on your shorts is the YouTube channels. What is the secret? What is the secret to earning more? Like my channel, I make about $40 a month. It's not a lot, but so what are you doing to juice that up?
There's a few things as far as YouTube is concerned. So I have 3 monetized YouTube channels. My first one was that one, like I said, taking care of my medically complex daughter, which I've kind of rebranded in a way. It's more about having hope no matter what life throws your way. So there's a lot of people who are, maybe they're not disabled like my daughter is, but going through all kinds of other junk, So really the message of that channel is you can have hope even when life seems hopeless. So that connects with people that way. And then anytime you make a connection, a really, heartfelt connection like that, it's going to lead to more views. If you make a personal connection, and more views is going to obviously on YouTube lead to more revenue as well. So there's that channel that does that. It also has some memberships activated on that one. So there's about 5 or 6, not a lot, but 5 or 6 members of that channel that give more directly through the membership thing. I think it varies perks there. And then I have 2 other channels that are monetized. Actually, my wife's channel, I call it hers, she calls it mine, because I do all of her editing. I tell her when to post these kinds of things, but she's actually the face of the channel. So that channel is called Nurse Abby, and a lot of it overlaps with our primary channel because it's taking care of our complex daughter. She's a nurse, and she's kind of shows that perspective of it as well. And then my third monetized channel is the one where I have all my product reviews. So it's called Reviewing Literally Everything. And I just review literally everything I can find on Amazon. And it's all about views when it comes to most of them, just getting enough views, getting enough attention. And honestly, if you post, even if your post, like I never thought that my Reviewing Literally Everything channel would get monetized. I figured I'm posting such random videos. Like I can post a video of socks in the same day that I post a video of screws or nails or whatever it is. Like who's going to subscribe to this channel? It's so completely random. But I found that if you just post a lot, like some people say post once a week, post twice a week. I post on that channel sometimes 6 to 10 times a day. If you're posting a lot, it's going to lead to subscribers. It's going to lead to views. and therefore it's going to lead to revenue. I would say the secret to growing on YouTube is being consistent to post a lot. And of course, you don't want to post just junk. Like, obviously, if all my reviews were just nonsense that nobody would want to watch, of course, it's not going to lead to views. It's not going to get subscribers. But if you put quality videos out there, and not perfect videos, they don't have to be perfect videos, but just quality videos that people will actually will want to watch, then people will watch those videos. And it's going to grow over time. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be as fast as Mr. Beast. But if you just are consistently showing up, you're going to grow an audience just by being yourself and making that personal connection, whether it's a channel about hope or whether it's a channel about reviews and products and things like this. Just, think about what the direction, what kind of content you want to post, and just be consistent to continually post those videos, and your audience will find you over time.
Now, I know that you are someone who posts a lot of shorts, right? Do you have a strategy for TikTok, Instagram, Facebook stories, and Reels?
Not really. I was talking with somebody earlier today, kind of another interview style thing, and he asked me it was very similar, what my strategy was for these things. And honestly, I don't have a strategy. Like, I wish I knew what I was doing. I'm still kind of just figuring things out as I go. And that's part of why my channel is called Average Guy Making Money. Is I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just an average guy, right?
Right.
If I can do it, you can do it too, because I really don't know what I'm doing. But I do know that, if you keep on trying stuff, and that's really my kind of mantra, is you got to keep on trying stuff. People who give up because they think that they've tried everything, I would say, if you think you've tried everything, you have no idea, because Mr. Beast, he says that he's still learning as he goes, right? He looks at his stuff from just 6 months ago and cringes because he wishes he would have known then what he knows now. So, if the biggest creator on the platform is still learning, we all have a lot to learn. So I would say that the secret to growing is just to never give up, and to keep on learning and keep on trying new things. The moment you think that you've got it all figured out is the moment you're probably going to start shrinking, because if you're just going to plateau and there's no innovation there. You have to continually be thinking, okay, so that was a great video, but what's next? How can I make it even better? And that's really the secret to growing on YouTube.
What kind of editing do you do?
Lately I try not to edit as much, because and this isn't advice, because I know that it flies in the face of what most people say, but and maybe it doesn't, because it's all about raw connection and being real and authentic and stuff like that. But I'm finding personally that people connect more with who you really are if you display that on camera or through your narration or whatever it is, than something that's over edited. And sometimes the one take stuff does the best on YouTube. Not even in the sense that you've taken 5 takes to get the best one take. I'm just saying, just turn on the camera, have an idea of what you want to talk about, and talk to it like you're talking to a real person, because ultimately people just want to have that connection, even as they are trying to get the information that they want, for whatever reason they clicked on the video, whether it's an informative thing or instructional thing or whatever it is. They're going to connect with you more personally and subscribe to your channel far more likely if you actually show your own personality. And no amount of editing is going to fix that. And if you over edit, you could actually be removing the one thing that they actually would have subscribed to.
Yes, I've been in the program about as long as you, so you know it's always changing, right? So the one thing you got to do is be ready to go and be ready to move. Like, are you thinking that you're ever going to have to pivot off of this strategy to something else? Or like I call it multiple streams of income, because you have to have everything going. Like, one day they're doing vertical feed, and one day they're doing live streams, and one day they're doing, this or that, all those kind of things that they push. Now they're pushing creative connections. Like, do you think your strategy is going to become obsolete over time?
I'm sure it will. And I hope it doesn't anytime soon, because I'm really liking this strategy and it's working well. But I'm sure, yeah, Amazon changes the game all the time. Back when I first started, you didn't need the thing you were looking for was no videos on the product, because you knew that if there was no videos on there, your video would be on there and nobody else's would. And then at some point, I don't know when it happened, but at some point they made it so that only your videos will only appear on pages where there's at least one brand video. The seller has to have had a made it. I don't know when that happened, because I thought I saw a product that had no videos. I thought, oh, this is great, I can post my video there, and then it wouldn't appear. I'm like, what is going on here? And then I started saying, oh, you have to have another. I'm like, okay, they changed the game. So yeah, they're going to change it, and I hope that, like I said, they don't change it anytime soon. I know that, like you said, they're pushing creator connections. Personally, I don't see that as a long-term strategy. I hope that Amazon sees that it's not a long-term strategy either, because eventually brands are going to see. I mean, they have to continually put these campaigns out all the time, and the big brands, they don't want to do that anyway because they're already making enough money. I hope that that's not the long-term plan, because right now
sometimes you're making more commissions than they're making,
and then making the videos. What's that?
I said sometimes you're making more commissions than they're making when you're doing creative connections. You know, it's, the sellers, so that's crazy. But I downloaded your thumbnail extension, right? So you make extensions. Like, I never asked you what you did for a living before you became an influencer, but I'm guessing you're a techie.
Well, I've always been a nerd. I've made WordPress plugins. I've done some coding. I started coding back when I was 14 years old in the 90s. So I definitely have a techie side of me, but that extension, I think are you referring to the enhanced thumbnail selector?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So it's a Chrome extension. I just did finish a week or two ago with the help of some AI coding stuff. And this AI stuff, man, it is so much better than I am. So it's becoming easier to do these kinds of things. But with that help, yeah, I made this extension. And I'm really, are you happy with it? Is it working out for you?
I like it. For what I'm using it for, I like it. The other one that you have that I saw is the ding, the sales ding. Now, years ago, before I was an Amazon influencer, I used to do retail arbitrage on eBay, and eBay, whenever you got a sale, you would get a ding, and it was like you'd be standing online in the store, and it would go ding, and like it would make a cash sign, like a cha-ching,
Right,
so
right.
Yeah, it's cool to get that. It's a good dopamine effect.
Good deal. Is it working for you?
Yeah, I love it.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I just did release both of those two things, so I haven't got a whole lot of feedback on them just yet. But yeah, I have some more updates in store for both of those things.
It's definitely motivational because you're getting more sales. You're like, I got to make more videos. I want to hear that thing going off more.
And that was something that I wanted. I just wanted, and my wife was like, if you make this thing where you can hear in real time what the sales that are, and of course, not all of those sales will pan out. I mean, some of those things are in the person's cart when they buy something after they watch one of your videos, but it's not really related, so you won't get a commission for those things. But every time you hear the cha-ching, you know that they watched the video and you probably have at least one commission coming your way. So that's pretty motivating.
Yeah. So where do they go to get that if they're interested in getting that?
So both of those extensions you can get from my website, averageguy.makingmoney.com.
Okay. And
there's links at the top, both to the enhanced thumbnail selector and also the what is it called? The Amazon influencer sales or something like that. I have another one that I developed just for me, but I'm not releasing that one.
Okay. That's great. It's cool that you can make tools and to make your life easier. I'm looking to automate my stuff. Some of my stuff, because the messages I get some on Facebook Marketplace. I'm on Facebook Messenger. I get some in emails. I get some on Instagram. I get some on whatnot. So WhatsApp. So you're like, how do you keep track of all of this stuff?
Yeah, and that's part of. I mean, honestly, that's part of why I don't like the brand collaborations all so much. It's a hassle to keep up with all that stuff, and it feels like a full-time job just lining up more and more products to get for free. Personally, I'd rather just go to Amazon and buy the stuff that I actually want to review.
The free stuff, I did that for a couple of years at the beginning. So like you said, everybody starts at the beginning. They go through their house, do everything in their house, their parents' house, their friend's house, whatever. Right. And then, brands start contacting them. Once you have a library of videos, they're going to contact you and start offering you free stuff. So I was, like you said, enjoying free stuff. Then I was looking through pages and pages of videos, no sales. I'm in both carousels. No sales. So it's like it was a total waste of my time to do those videos. And so I have all these videos on my storefront, but a good chunk of them are not making me any money. So I'm looking to pivot a little bit and not rely totally on your strategy. I think I'm going to try and do a little bit of everything and see how that goes for me.
Sure. And I think the creator connection strategy can work as long as you filter all those products through the same kind of criteria, high sales, low
Yeah.
competition, and just
Viral
make
Vue
sure.
does that. I don't know if Oink does that, but Viral Vue ranks them pretty good as far as that goes. And Viral Vue will tell you how many total videos there are, which is a great thing to know. You know your competition.
Be careful though with that, because
Why?
we've learned, and actually they've learned, and they're revising that a little bit, that a lot of those videos have been deleted, so they're not really competition anymore.
Oh,
It's stuff that used to be there, or it's channels sometimes that got closed down because they violated the service terms and things like that.
okay.
So that number might be somewhat inflated. Although I agree with you, like if there's a channel that has 0 influencer videos on the top carousel, but it shows that it's had like 90 influencer videos, something's up there, right?
Yeah.
That kind of gives you pause to say, maybe I shouldn't get this product.
Yeah. So I'm looking at maybe, and I have invested in the past, but not on a large scale. I would buy 5 products and test it, and like that doesn't work. But maybe 2 out of 5 were money makers for me, and I'm like, well, that doesn't work. But I'm not doing it on the scale that you're talking about.
Yeah, and I would say as long as you're doing it wisely too. Like some people say, only buy products that are over $100. I completely disagree with that, because yes, the bigger priced items will have a more commission per sale, but if it only sells 50 a month as opposed to something that is lower price that sells 1,000 a month, then you're much better going with the lower priced item. And once again, this is why the Oink calculator makes a huge difference for me, because I really target stuff that's more like in the $10 to $30 range. And as long as it's making $10 a month, that's my criteria. And I would much rather prefer the lower price items.
No, I had one where I did a Bounty towel video, right? Not a big commission for Bounty towels, but people buy that every day, every week, and constantly. So it's constantly something that sells. So it's volume. So it's not so much that.
Good deal.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to testing that out on a higher scale. And now we had talked about. I don't know if you answered that because I asked you multiple things at once. But do you try and stay in a category like 4% commissions, 3% commissions?
No, I don't have a category either for commissions or for products. It's just kind of whatever I run across and whatever I think is going to work out long term. I have found that some of the even the lower commission items, as long as they have high sales, they do the best. They do great. So I alluded to a second ago another extension that I use that's just for personal use. What it is it's actually a revision of Rob's Oink calculator, and I made it even more applicable to what I'm looking for. So
Okay.
it tells me I can very easily uncheck creator connections. I can very easily uncheck factor in or unfactor in the Viral Vue influencer total count videos. And I have the whole thing on like a status bar, opportunity bar that shows me green is good, red is bad. And I can just at a glance know whether a product is going to work for me or not.
So a question about the extensions that you're getting Amazon information from. Back, I don't know, a year, maybe 2 years ago, Amazon went through a purge and they got rid of a lot of accounts that were doing something similar to that as far as violating terms of service. How are you protecting yourself with behaving with Amazon so that people using the extension don't get in trouble?
I guess I'm not familiar with what you're talking about, the purge.
Well, there was a thing where there was a couple of extensions that were scraping Amazon information. And I guess because they were going into your storefront and getting into the back office, and obviously you're not supposed to share any of that stuff. So where are you getting? You're not scraping people's storefronts. You're scraping Amazon, right?
Right. So the Oink calculator, all it does is it pulls the information that's right there on the page. It's not digging into anybody else's stuff or I'm not analyzing somebody else's storefront or anything like that. It's all my own storefront. It's all the stuff that's right available on Amazon itself. So I don't think there's any terms of service violations there.
Good. Yeah, I know. I'm always worried when they want my Amazon account put in your storefront. And I'm like, damn, I'm afraid to give it up.
I gotcha.
Do you have any assistants other than your wife who has her own channel or whatever? Do you have any VAs or anything that anybody helps you do anything?
No, I did set up one computer to kind of automate a little bit for me in terms of checking things, but I mean that's something I personally had to do. There's nobody else doing anything for me, so it's just me.
So let's discuss the actual video itself. Okay, do you have any kind of formula to make a converting video?
Just be real. Just most of my videos, I don't even show my face. I'm not against it. If a brand says you got to show your face, and I usually just start the video saying, "Hey, I got this product for free in exchange for this video," but all these thoughts are my own. And then I just jump right in. Even if they say show your face, I show for like 3 seconds, and then I show the product the way I usually do with just my hands. But I would just say this is what it is. I kind of show it from all angles, show the measurements if that's applicable. Just kind of give my impression of it. Yeah, on a product by product basis, and kind of just the videos kind of make themselves. In all honesty,
Right.
As long as you're just kind of showing the product and describing it so people can kind of see what it's like if they were to have it in their hands. It's kind of how I think about it.
So another thing is if you've ever gone through the carousels and actually looked at the competition's videos and you see how bad a lot of them are, like that some of them are shaky videos and some of them the audio is no good and some of them the lighting is no good. What would your be advice as to what people should upgrade as far as making the best videos? Where would you upgrade first with new people that are?
So most people don't really need to upgrade anything, I would think. As long as they're using what they have properly, it should be good enough. I just use my phone, and I get in a place in my house that has good lighting, and I kind of just stand like right over my phone, so it's going to have good audio too, because my face is literally right next to the mic of the phone. So as long as there's not like any background hums, for example, we live right next to a train. So
Right.
all the time a train's going by, but I just know when that train's about to go by, I hit pause on my camera, wait 3 minutes for the train to finish going by, unpause, and then keep on going with the video as if there was nothing that changed. So I do like edit as I go. So my phone fortunately has a pause button on it. So like not every phone has this. Sometimes you just have to stop the recording and start a new one. And that's fine too. Kind of edit them back in with video and editor. But I can just literally pause it. And then when I'm ready to start again, unpause it. And there's a small jump cut there. It's as if I edited, but I didn't do any editing. I just paused the recording for a second.
And so you have the thumbnail extension. Do you use that? I think I asked you, do you use that for your Amazon storefront videos? And you said, no, it's just for YouTube, right?
So my workflow, what I do is I edit my video, and then and usually it's very, very minimal editing. I don't have to do a lot, but then I'll export it, and then I start to upload it to YouTube and to Amazon at the same time. And while it's uploading, that's when on YouTube I'll make my thumbnail using my own thumbnail creator thing. And then after I finish that thumbnail, it's already set for YouTube. And I can click the download button, and then I'll go ahead and put that on the Amazon too. So even though I make it on YouTube, yeah, I definitely almost always at this point also use it for Amazon.
Okay. I had another question and I lost it. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you think is pertinent for, let's say, a new influencer? What would be the best advice you would give a new influencer?
Wow. Yeah, just get started. I know a lot of people want to put things off, whether it be YouTube or Amazon or even in general. My channel, my Average Guy channel, is all about making money, not just through the Amazon influencer program, but just in general. Whether starting a new business or starting a new endeavor, just trying new things. A lot of times we put these kinds of things off thinking we have to get it perfect. But I mean, I would say just get started. Like you'll never get perfect unless and perfection's a goal that doesn't exist. Exactly. But you'll never get to where you think you should be unless you actually get started messy. I mean, is it Think Media that says Sean Cannell?
Yeah.
He says start messy.
Yep.
Just start now. Just hit record. It's just, I would say the same thing. Like part of the process of getting to where you should be is to recognize, hey, it's not going to be perfect at first, but it's never to get there unless I actually just start the journey. So I'd start messy, start where you are. It doesn't have to be perfect, and just learn as you go.
Okay. Let's talk about Oink again. So I'm on the free plan right now. I just signed up the other day. You're obviously been using it a while. You're on the pro plan. What's the advantages, disadvantages of staying on the free plan as opposed to the pro plan? And I'll share that link if anybody's interested for your affiliate link.
Appreciate it. Thank you. It's been so long since I used the free thing. It's almost hard for me to remember what it doesn't have. I do know that as soon as I got the pro plan, it paid for itself like within 3 or 4 days. And that's partly because I did have a backlog of about 900 videos at the time or so through the Amazon influencer program. And it checks all those. So every single day, and you might be doing this manually, I'm not sure, but every single day they have the daily fetch where it actually goes through everything you sold the previous day or even that day as it's selling, and it checks those things against creator connections. You click a button on the sales page, and then you click a button on the creator connections, and just those 2 buttons per day, you can make a ton of money because you're basically, it's called halo sales.
Right.
Right. So anything that you have already made content for, or not even made content for, anything that you sold, whether you have content for it or not, you can still get that creator connection thing if you catch it in time before it ships. So it's just so much faster with the pro plan, I believe.
Okay. Viral Vue has a similar tool. Viral Vue has a similar tool so I use that. They have like I think it's a 48-hour thing they do, and a 48 and a 30-day fetch. I don't think they call it a fetch, but it's but very similar thing. So how many tools do you have? I mean, I've IPX, Zoof, Helium 10. There's so many tools out there, and I've tried most of them. Do you just stick with Oink and Viral Vue now, or what do you think?
So yeah, for the longest time, I didn't use any. I just used, even before Rob made Oink, he was showing with code how to do it with like a JavaScript thing that you had to kind of paste. And it was a little complicated, but it was worth it even back then before he even released Oink. And then once he released Oink, like I jumped on that right away. So I was one of his first users. Actually got his annual plan before he increased the price. So I'm locked in at a good rate. But even the higher rate is still worth it. But so I started using Oink when he released it in like March or so, maybe April. And then I didn't get Viral Vue until last month. So I've only been using these 2 things, and now I've added my own extensions as well. But I think I got a free trial of Fluencer Fruit a long time ago, and it does the same kinds of stuff. So that one's fine too. But as long as you have a good extension or a good process, at least for finding the right products, and that for me, that's Viral Vue. And as long as you have a good extension for narrowing it down both for the product, which is why I use the profit calculator from Oink, and also like you said, creator connections, which Viral Vue does as well. I think those are the main things: is finding the good products and then maximizing your profit from them.
So would you say it's advantage to have both tools, or because Oink does a couple of things that Viral Vue doesn't do, right?
Right. Yeah, I like both of them. I think both of them work really, really, really good together. And you could replace the Viral Vue with a Fluencer Fruit if you prefer that one too.
Yeah, I've heard that. I haven't used Fluencer Fruit, but I heard it's very comparable to Viral Vue. So when you get up in the morning, are you shopping in the morning, or are you doing videos? Like when are you putting that time away? Do you have a dedicated time, a dedicated space? It seems like you don't really. It seems like you're kind of doing it on the fly. And are you using B-roll to put in? You say you don't do any editing, so.
Yeah, I do almost no B-roll, almost no editing at this point. Mostly just cut off the first couple seconds sometimes of the video, because my camera has a weird thing about it where like the audio doesn't come in just right away. It's a Pixel 9a, and it kind of fades in over the first 10 seconds or so. So I usually have a little bit of dead silence in the first couple seconds that I just get rid of. That's pretty much a lot of times the only editing that I have to do. But as far as my workflow from day to day, I wake up, I pray, I check my stats. Sometimes I'll start to buy a couple things in the morning. A lot of times I kind of play it by ear every day. I mean, every day is a little bit different, but sometime mid-morning I'll start my editing, and then sometime mid-afternoon, I might record a few videos, but yeah, it works out really good. It's a great thing for people who just want to set their own schedule and say, sometimes I can stick to it and sometimes I don't have to. As long as you put out enough videos per day or per month or whatever it is, you can kind of do what you want to do.
I come from a time where I did side work after work. I would go into painting, all kinds of handyman stuff. And, they kick you out, 9, 10 o'clock. They don't want you in the house anymore. So you have a small amount of time that you could actually earn money on the side, where with making money with this, I can do it at 2 a.m, 5 a.m, whenever I have free time after I've dropped the kids off or whatever, whenever it is, and I always call up my clone armies. Like I make clones of myself. I make these videos and I put them out there and they're working for me 24/7. I have my clone army and they have the potential to earn me money over and over again. So that's kind of passive income, even though that you're still doing stuff every day. The effort you do today is going to earn you money in the future. And that's crazy.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the only thing, it definitely is be your own boss in a lot of ways. The only downside to it is we're definitely relying on Amazon for a lot of this. And like you said, they can change the rules. So like you said, it's very important that we diversify as well. So YouTube, I would say anybody who's doing Amazon needs to be doing YouTube at the very bare minimum.
Absolutely.
Because that's going to be a fallback as you've built up these kinds of channels too. So you asked earlier kind of what my breakdown is as far as income from both of these things. And right now the bulk is definitely coming from Amazon. This month I should hit around 7,200 from Amazon, and YouTube will be around 850. So I'm making about 10% from maybe a little bit more than 15% from YouTube, and then the 85, 95, 90% from Amazon.
And so, but that $100,000 number monthly is like 8,000 something, right? Or some
8333.
Off the top of your head, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and then it seems like you're right there, right? Just about.
We're getting there. Yeah. I should be just shy of that this month, and the next month I should hit it.
That gets you motivated, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So, not that I want to get political. I'm not political, and I don't like answer political. But you're somebody who shops every day and does a lot of shopping on Amazon. How have the tariffs? How have the prices been? Have things gone up? I
don't know. Honestly, I don't keep track that closely in terms of what I'm paying for stuff. I just every day I get up, I look at stuff and say, is this going to be a product that I want based on its current price, based on its current promise for the profit per month. And it'd be interesting to see if things have gone up over the last year or so, but honestly, I have no idea.
No, because it's interesting because a lot of people will complain that that's affecting the business, and I'm thinking that it really doesn't. It's going to balance itself out in the long run eventually, I think. But yeah,
ultimately, I'm of the mindset of course things are going to go up in price because that's how inflation works, and we can't control that, and it doesn't do any good to complain about it. But as long as you have a good plan and you're willing to adjust your plan as needed, it doesn't matter how much stuff costs. Ultimately, just make a plan and stick to it and revise as needed. Yeah,
that's pretty much good advice. So basically, we've gone over everything that I had to go over with you. And I've already asked you if there's anything that I haven't asked you that you think I should ask you. And I've asked you what kind of advice you would give to anybody. So I think we've wrapped it up pretty good. I'd like to dig in more about the YouTube and pick your brain a little bit more about that, because it didn't seem like you're into titles, thumbnails, hooks, all these things that everybody is always saying you have to have. You didn't mention any of that stuff in your YouTube conversation.
Yeah, I think that stuff has value, and I think I definitely could grow more in that stuff. Like I said, I don't have it all figured out. I'm just an average guy, still trying to figure it out.
Sure.
But my philosophy about all that stuff is the most important thing isn't your title, isn't your thumbnail, although I certainly see how those are important. Like Mr. B says, if they don't click, they don't watch. I get it. But the most important thing is just the personal connection in your video itself. And if you can make that personal connection, YouTube's it's going to get seen. If you make people, I always say it like this: if you make videos that people want to watch, then people will watch those videos. Because you've seen some videos blow up and you look at the thumbnail like, why in the world would anybody click this, right? Or you look at their title and it's like pumpkin or something like that. You know, the packaging matters, but the video matters so much more. And if you make a good video, at least maybe it's just the idealist in me that says that if you make a good video, that's what it's all about. And it'll get seen eventually, and it'll get the recognition it deserves eventually. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But to me, it's all about the personal connection and the actually connecting with the person that you're talking to, and you know, providing value for them through the video.
So your shovel videos again, are they review videos per se, like on like a YouTube type review? Are you going over just points? Are you answering questions? Like do you have any kind of strategy like that, or is it just what?
It depends on the product. Sometimes they're more review-ish than others. Sometimes, like a lot of the products we have been doing lately are more in the medical field, and Amazon's really particular about not claiming if something works or doesn't work when it comes to like supplements and these kinds of things. So we're really careful. Then it's not really a review at that point. It's more of just a overview or a demonstration. Like, how does it look? How does it feel? How does it smell? You know, we're very careful at that point, not making any claims about whether it works or how well it does. But when it comes to, like, you know, a pair of gloves, I'll definitely say, hey, these keep my hands warm, you know. So then it's more of a review than supplements would be. So it really depends on the product.
Okay, that makes sense. So guys, Chris has a YouTube channel. You should all go and subscribe to him. I mean, if you want to get some motivation, he posts almost every day, pretty much every day, his results, what he's doing, his journey to motivate you. He's motivating me to get on the same bandwagon. Like I was treating this as just extra money the whole time I was doing this. And we had a health scare. My wife had a stroke in July, had to take time off of work. So family leave, and made me fall back on the side hustle. So I started thinking that $100,000 strategy that I was in my head years ago, and kind of lost sight of it because I was doing free videos and everything. Now it's kind of forced me to make it concentrate more like it's a business, and that's what turned me on to you when I got your video with Rob, and yeah, so I think that you guys should go and subscribe to his YouTube channel and get motivated like I just told you I did. You know, do you have any last words, Chris?
Man, just keep at it. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it too.
You know, that was the video today, right? Don't quit. Was that today?
Absolutely. Don't quit.
You know, I have to tell you, I had some negativity today, and that helped me out. I really, that was good to get.
Good deal. Good deal. Keep at it, man.
Yeah. All right. You take care, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
You too. God bless. Take care.
Yep. Yeah. So that was great. Chris is got it going. I mean, he's really working hard in the program, and he's doing all the right things. And yeah, I'm telling you, it seems like it's possible, very possible to do that. And here's the link for his Oink extension. I don't know if I didn't ask him if he has any percentage off, but the Oink is not an unreasonable price. And on top of that, it makes itself, it's going to earn more than you're spending. With it pays for itself, basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So it was a great show today. We'll see, self-promotion. If I do some self-promotion. So this is the focus group, Sunday night's focus group, 9 o'clock. If you want to go, now this is a link to the conference room. It'll bounce you into the conference room. You might end up in the lounge. There's a bunch of rooms in the place, in the Creator Zone. And so if you end up in the lounge, just hit the conference room, and they'll bring you to the conference room. So I'll try and come out and get you. Anyway, it's a focus group. It's the water cooler. We talk shop. You know, whoever comes around shares their experience and what they're doing. There's no gurus. I'm not a guru. Nobody's a guru. Hold on a second. I got some comments I got to look at here. Oh, it's 10% off with the link. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. So 10% off with the link. So get that. That's great. You know, 10% for life. You're going to get it 10% off every time. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Yeah, but don't forget to go to the focus group if you're interested. Like I said, nobody's a guru. One thing that maybe you didn't get, but I'm going to try and give it to you now, is the program's always changing. There's no course that I bought that I would have bought in 2021 that would be pertinent today. So if I was doing the stuff that they were teaching in 2021, they'd probably close my account today. So you gotta you're better off being around like-minded people who are in the trenches, who know what's going on, and you can bounce ideas off of them and everything like that. I just am facilitating the room. Like I said, I'm no guru. All right, so come on down, and otherwise I will see you there on next Tuesday. I'm working on getting another guest. But I'll see you then. Take care, and don't forget to subscribe to Chris's channel. You're not going to be disappointed.